Hidden in the misty Highlands of Scotland lies a forgotten chapter of history, one that connects the Scottish people with African heritage in ways few ever imagined. Have you ever heard of the Black Scots? Most haven't. Their story isn't found in school textbooks, and yet their legacy stretches from the cobbled streets of Edinburgh to the plantations of the American South. This is a story of identity, resilience, and migration. The story of Scotland's hidden black community and its surprising cultural ties to the United States. The Forgotten Roots. Our story begins in the 16th and 17th centuries, a time when Scotland, like much of Europe, was expanding its trade networks across the Atlantic world. Few realized that Scotland played a complex role in the early colonial era. From Glasgow and Edinburgh, merchants invested in the tobacco and sugar trades, linking Scottish ports to the Caribbean, Virginia, and beyond. But as trade routes expanded, so too did human connections, and among them, a population of Africans who arrived on Scottish shores. Some came as servants or seafarers, others as free men. In port cities like Greenock and Leith, records from the 1700s reveal baptisms and marriages of black Moors and African Scots. These individuals often worked in domestic service or as artisans, integrating quietly into Scottish society. Yet over time, their presence became part of the unseen tapestry of the nation, a story of people who belonged but were rarely acknowledged. The cross-Atlantic connection. By the 18th century, Scotland's influence stretched deep into the American colonies. Many Scots settled in Virginia and the Carolinas, often as merchants, farmers, or indentured servants. Among them were people of African and mixed heritage who had lived in Scotland. And when they crossed the ocean, they carried their unique cultural blend with them. This is where the story becomes truly fascinating. In early American records, there are mentions of Black Highlanders, individuals with Scottish surnames who spoke with an accent that puzzled colonists. Some were free black men who fought in the Revolutionary War, others musicians or craftsmen who had once lived in Scottish households. Oral histories from the Gullah Geechee people of the U.S. South even recall Scottish influences in their songs and names, hidden in plain sight. But in Scotland itself, the story faded. As racial hierarchies hardened during the 18th and 19th centuries, people of African descent in Scotland were erased from the narrative. Many married into white working-class families, blending quietly into local communities. In the Highlands, there are even folk songs and oral tales that speak of dark strangers who lived among them, people described as Black Scots, who were loved, respected, and remembered only in whispers. Modern historians now believe that a small but real population of mixed African-Scottish heritage survived through generations, particularly in coastal regions and rural villages. Their existence challenges traditional ideas of what Scottish identity has always meant. Segment 4. Reconnection across the ocean. In recent decades, the story has resurfaced, thanks to both historians and descendants searching for their roots. DNA testing has uncovered unexpected African ancestry among families in the Scottish Highlands and Islands. At the same time, African-American genealogists, tracing their roots, have discovered ancestors who once lived in Scotland before being transported to the New World. This cultural reconnection has led to new projects linking communities across the Atlantic. From museums in Glasgow exploring Scotland's role in slavery, to collaborations between African-American and Scottish descendants, a shared history is being rewritten, one that acknowledges both the pain of the past and the strength of identity. Segment 5. Legacy and Reflection. The hidden Black Scottish community reminds us that history is never simple. It's not just black and white. It's made of intertwined roots, migrations, and shared struggles. Their story is a mirror of the human journey. People moving, adapting, surviving, and building bridges across continents. When we trace these hidden connections between Scotland and America, we uncover a deeper truth about identity. It is not about where you fit in. It is about who you become despite the world's divisions. So the next time you see the rolling hills of the Highlands or the skyline of an American city, remember this. The threads that tie us together are older, deeper, and far more diverse than we've been told. Conclusion. The story of the hidden Black Scottish community is more than history. It is a rediscovery of identity that connects nations and generations. If you believe stories like this deserve to be told, then help keep history alive. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it so more people can uncover the hidden truths that shaped who we are today.